local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
And here we go again already with the heat advisories in effect for all of Central Florida. I'll take you hour by hour and county by county, let you know just how hot it's going to be during the peak heat of the afternoon. All straight ahead.
Developing at 11, devastation on the Big Island. How teams are racing to save what's left of Maui as intense wildfires continue to burn.
And tonight the fallout continues after Governor DeSantis suspended State Attorney Monique Worrell.
So you're not here for me today. You're here for democracy today.
Tonight, Worrell and her supporters gathered in front of City Hall.
WESH 2's Gail Pasco-Brown was there. She joins us live from downtown Orlando. And Gail, Worrell had some sharp words for the governor.
Yes, she did, Jim. And she says while she is under attack by Governor Ron DeSantis, she's just an example. What's really under attack is democracy. Now, Monique Worrell also said that investigators were sent to her home today to pick up state property in her possession. I asked her what is her next move legally as it relates to the suspension. She says right now she's not ready to comment about that. I'm Gail Pasco-Brown, live in Orlando for WESH 2 News.
Worrell's interim replacement, Andrew Bain, says his plan for the first 100 days in office will restore public trust, law and order, and build strong law enforcement relationships. Among the key points, community outreach programs, focus on rehabilitation for nonviolent offenders, and working with law enforcement to identify the most dangerous and violent repeat offenders to keep them from committing new crimes. Bain also says he met with Orange and Osceola County law enforcement agencies already, and his office is rolling out a new Second Chance program to enhance existing diversion programs. His office is also reviewing cases that have been dropped involving crimes like homicide and sex offenses. Bain also says he's going to focus on recruitment, saying the office is severely understaffed. Stay with WESH 2 for our coverage of the continued fallout over State Attorney Worrell's suspension. We'll bring you all the updates on air, online, and on the WESH 2 News mobile app.
Happening now in the heart of downtown Orlando, Orange Avenue remains closed right now to vehicles and people after a stability problem with scaffolding on a big project there. Again, this is a live look at that scaffolding tonight. Nearby buildings have been evacuated as a precaution. The company working on this project said it discovered issues with the scaffolding Wednesday, and immediate measures have been taken to stabilize it. All right, weather-wise, no cool down coming the next few days. The blistering heat, as you can see, sticking around. Feels like temperatures very hot. First Warning Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi joins us right now. And Tony, this heat can actually be dangerous for some.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well said. And it's going to continue summer right through the upcoming weekend. And we're going to see many more heat advisories, maybe even some excessive heat warnings on Saturday as well, right through the upcoming weekend. Let me go ahead and kind of show you what it looks like downtown Lake Eola. Pretty good. Temperature tonight down to 83 degrees, 84 up towards the land, and 78 down towards Palm Bay. One more look at the highest feels like temperature right now is 98 in New Smyrna Beach. A little bit cooler down to the south in Brevard County tonight because of some ongoing showers and storms that moved offshore a short time ago. But it's this big ridge of high pressure from Texas all the way over central Florida that's responsible for the intense heat that we have had, and the pattern is not breaking, at least not this week. As you take a look at the out-the-door temperatures, 75 to 80 at the bus stops come daybreak tomorrow morning. There's your planner once again near 98 degrees by the 3 o'clock hour with a few isolated late-day cooling showers and storms. Temperatures tomorrow 95 to about 99 degrees. We'll take a closer look county by county and hour by hour at those feels like temperatures when I see you coming up here at 11:18. Guys, back to you.
Tony, thanks. At least 53 people are dead as devastating wildfires on Maui continue to burn. Hawaii's governor says the death toll will likely continue to rise. More than 1,000 structures have been destroyed by the fires in Lahaina and surrounding areas. Search and rescue operations are underway, but those teams still won't be able to reach some neighborhoods until the fire lines are secure and access is safe. The National Guard has also joined the fight to make sure everything on the island isn't lost.
Local people have lost everything. They've lost their house, they've lost their animals, and it's devastating.
Leaders say this will likely become the state's deadliest natural disaster since a 1961 tsunami killed 61 people on the Big Island.
Here at home, as we start a new school year, neighborhoods across Central Florida are working to make sure that everyone is able to stay safe and be successful.
WESH 2's Liv Johnson shows us the changes people in Orange County's Pine Hills neighborhood are making to protect students and neighbors. WESH 2 News is your home for all things back to school. You can find everything you need to know for this new school year at WESH.com.
New at 11, Ormond Beach have arrested a woman accused of embezzling $1.4 million from a local insurance company. Samantha Ray Linkier was a former accountant for Security First Insurance. She's now charged with grand theft, organized scheme to defraud. And now to a tragedy in Texas involving 3 Floridians.
Authorities say all 3 and their dog died after falling into a cistern while hog hunting. Emergency crews were called to a cornfield before sunup Wednesday after a man reported 3 people trapped in a hole in Bastrop County just outside of Austin. The sheriff says the hole was actually a cistern which contained 6 to 8 feet of standing water and a high amount of hydrogen sulfide gas. The dog fell in the hole first, and the 3 tried to rescue the pet.
I never even knew there was one over there, honestly. I've been hunting all through here. I mean, that just could have easily been us, too.
Investigators believe the hazardous gas is likely what killed them all. 2 aides for former President Donald Trump made court appearances today in Fort Pierce. This is tied to classified documents found at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Trump's valet, Walt Nauta, pleaded not guilty to additional charges of obstruction of justice and making false statements. Mar-a-Lago property manager Carlos de Oliveira did not enter a plea because he still doesn't have an attorney based in Florida. The special counsel's team has accused both men of conspiring with Trump to try to stop federal investigators from finding classified documents.
To your Commitment 2024 on the campaign trail, Miami Mayor and GOP candidate for President Francis Suarez toured the U.S.-Mexico border today. Suarez spoke about immigration, human trafficking, and the fentanyl crisis. He also hosted a roundtable on border security and immigration policy.
You have a human trafficking crisis that's only benefiting the cartels, and you have a fentanyl crisis. And I think right now there is no comprehensive strategy that's connected to objective metrics like unemployment, like the need for skilled and unskilled labor, like the fact that we have a declining birth rate. Those are objective numbers. Our legal immigration system should be tied to that to benefit Americans.
Mayor Suarez, Governor DeSantis, and former President Donald Trump, all candidates from Florida, are scheduled to appear at the Iowa State Fair on Saturday. The GOP presidential candidates are working for support in the state's leadoff nominating caucuses next January. Today, DeSantis got a head start with a stop in Coralville, Iowa for a meet and greet.
The summer wave of COVID-19 is starting to affect some people's plans.
What doctors are recommending right now. Plus, experts have raised concerns about this year's hurricane season. A look at the new number of storms that we could see.
Halloween Horror Nights is right around the corner, and Universal Orlando is showing off some of the scary yet tasty dishes you can enjoy this year.
WESH 2 First Warning Traffic, helping you get from here to there with ease. Warning you of delays and giving you the best route. Watch Megan Mackey weekdays on WESH 2 News Sunrise.
Custom weather alerts on the WESH 2 app. Download it today.
Just when you thought cancellations due to COVID-19 were a thing of the past, the virus is once again interrupting some people's plans.
And experts are seeing slightly more infections this summer. Now, they say a new variant is responsible for close to 20% of all infections, and that's having an impact on everything from ferry rides to symphony performances in the Northeast.
The question is whether it's going to get bigger or how much bigger it might get.
Doctors say you do not need to get another booster shot. They recommend you just wait until the new one comes out in the fall. Meanwhile, new cases of long COVID are on the decline. The CDC says the number of adults diagnosed with long-term symptoms is down 7.5% from 2022. Long COVID includes respiratory, neurologic, cardiovascular, and other symptoms that can last weeks, months, or even years. Right now, 23 million Americans are still struggling with this condition.
New tonight, Universal Orlando has unleashed Taste of Terror. Sinister chefs hope it'll scare up your appetite for this year's spooky Halloween Horror Nights. Sample bone-chilling drinks and snacks crafted for the resurrection of Halloween Horror Nights on September 1st.
For so long, people were only excited to go to the houses. So now to hear people excited, you know, we follow everybody on social media, and if you ask a chef why they get in it, see the people's face, you know, when they eat my food. So it just makes it exciting, especially when we're able to do these really cool, like, IP things that are Last of Us or Stranger Things, and to be able to reach the fan base and say, have someone that played the game or watched the show, and like, I know exactly why they did this, and that's really cool.
Tickets are $159.99, which is a little scary, and you'll also need theme park admission. Taste of Terror will haunt your senses select nights now through August 26th.
All right, get ready to go bananas at Minion Land.
Yeah, this new attraction at Universal Orlando opens to the public tomorrow. You can swing by Minion Cafe on Illumination Avenue to get a meal that is perfect for a villain, and try out the new Villain Con Minion Blast, and try to become part of the Vicious Six. Today, WESH 2 got a sneak peek at the attraction before the official opening.
We think this is an experience that families should be able to enjoy together. It's competitive, but at the same time, we want everybody to be able to come in here, play, learn new things, and then come back again to try to compete against each other. Minion Land replaces the old Production Central.
SpaceX is preparing to launch a Falcon 9 rocket from the Space Coast overnight. It's set to take off at 1:17 a.m. from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Base. It will carry 22 Starlink internet satellites into orbit. You can, of course, watch it all live right here on WESH.com. NOAA is now forecasting an above-average Atlantic hurricane season. Forecasters now predict 14 to 21 named storms, with 6 to 11 of them actually becoming hurricanes. 2 to 5 could reach major hurricane status, but officials say the number of storms shouldn't worry you.
I don't think people should worry about the forecast. I think people should worry about and prepare for the storms that this forecast implies.
NOAA forecasters say El Nino is to blame for the increase in predicted storms.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about storms. I'm worried about heat, because it's sticking around for the next few days.
It is. It's not going anywhere. I think we're all worried about it a little bit, Tony.
Yeah, you know, and rightfully so, because it's quite dangerous if you don't prepare your body for it, especially if you work outside for a living. Hey, I wanted to go back to that launch tonight. We're looking over towards the Vehicle Assembly Building at the Kennedy Space Center tonight, and we have ourselves a beautiful night. The forecast looks good. It's quite warm. Launch time again right around 12:27, and we have a very high chance here for this to go off tonight. So some good news there. Enhanced satellite down towards the south again, showing some showers and storms earlier. We'll continue to monitor that. Live radar again tonight, pretty quiet. Although earlier tonight we had some good showers and storms. Palm Bay, Bayside Lakes, Grand Valcaria, and Waterstone anywhere from 1.5 inches to close to 3 inches of rain. Temperatures outside tonight are quite warm, 80 to 85 degrees across the board. The outdoor temperatures at the bus stops tomorrow morning also quite warm, 75 to about the 80-degree mark. So we start out at 86 at 9. We jump up to the low 90s as early as 11 a.m. We're near 98 degrees again by the time we get to 3, 4 o'clock, and only a 30, maybe 40% max chance for some afternoon showers and storms. And when you look at Futurecast here, we're quiet through the noon hour, maybe a hint of a little bit of shower developing there. But by the time we get to 3, 4, 5, and 6 o'clock, the environment there a little bit better, and those collisions starting to come together. The west coast breeze a little bit stronger heading towards the eastern side of the peninsula. That will fuel, just like today, some stronger late afternoon showers and storms. But the overall coverage, not that bad tomorrow. Low afternoon high temperatures, again upper 90s, supporting the development of some heavier downpours during the course of the afternoon, kind of like what we saw out there today. Now remember, normal high temperature this time of the year would be about 92. That is not going to be the case yet again tomorrow. We're going to be 94 to about 99 degrees. And if you're looking about or wondering about the possibility for breaking or tying records, we think we're going to tie them. In Orlando and Sanford, Leesburg, you're going to be close. Daytona Beach, you're going to be close. Melbourne, you're going to be close. Bottom line, if you work outside for a living, not just tomorrow, but Saturday and Sunday. Look at these feels like temperatures. 110, 112, maybe 113. That's why we suspect heat advisories right through the upcoming weekend. Look at that, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Many areas right around 105 will jump to noon to 2 o'clock, 110 to about 114. That's why we have those heat advisories in play. And even at 4:30, 5 o'clock, feels like temperatures still right around 110, 6:30, 7 o'clock, finally coming down a little bit as we get the development of some late afternoon showers and storms. Pool forecast here feels like temperatures 105, 110 at noon. Look at the heat here, about 96, 98, even at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, when we take a look at futurecast here, there's a tropical wave that moves through the Florida Straits. That will start to increase a little bit of moisture, especially down south for the weekend. But here locally, probably going to be looking at about 40, maybe 50% come Sunday afternoon with late day high temperatures about 97, 98 degrees. Now, here's a bit of some good news. The front will drop southward here late Tuesday and Wednesday. And what that will do is then begin to increase those afternoon showers and storms. And then the net effect here, as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures will cool down. But prior to that, look at those temperatures right through Sunday and Monday. Afternoon high temperatures 98, maybe even 99 degrees, guys.
Tony, thanks. We have a sweet senior for our next Clear the Shelters featured pet. Skippy is a 10-year-old orange tabby cat at Lake County Animal Services. Skippy is vision impaired and came to the shelter after his owner passed away. In the past, Skippy has lived with dogs, other cats, and children. He loves attention, but shelter staff say he'd do best in a smaller, quieter home. Skippy is able to navigate his surroundings well. You can bring Skippy into your home for free. All the adoption details are posted at WESH.com. Click on the Clear the Shelters tab. Mike Norvell once again taking his team on the road in training camp, shortstop in Jacksonville.
And he likes what he sees so far, Derek.
Yeah, Norvell says they're using the same training plan as they have in the past, but according to the GPS monitors, the players are significantly faster. But I'll tell you why that's not what has him so excited about this team. Plus, big news for Anthony Richardson, like physically big news. Details next in sports.
A new season of Bucs football is on the horizon.
And WESH 2 is your home for all the action.
Preseason coverage starts Friday with Countdown to Kickoff sponsored by Mullinax Ford, followed by the Steelers at the Bucs.
The journey starts here.
On WESH 2, your home of the Bucs.
Jim Payne, honored with the Silver Circle Award for distinction in the television industry by the Suncoast chapter of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences.
WESH 2 Sports, sponsored by Mullinax Ford, where shopping is easy with low upfront pricing and no dealer fees. Shop Mullinax, Florida's largest Ford retailer. Now, WESH 2 Sports, sponsored by Mullinax Ford.
Hello, everybody. I'm Darren Stoltzfus. The first preseason weekend of the NFL is upon us. The Jaguars wrapping up their final practice today before they take the field Saturday against the Cowboys. Now, the starters for Jacksonville are expected to play a series or two, which means fans in Duval will get their first look at wide receiver Calvin Ridley in a Jags uniform. He was suspended all of last season, hasn't played since October of 2021, but he has been incredibly impressive in camp so far. That is it for sports. More news on the other side of the break.
This First Warning weather update is sponsored by the law offices of Dan Newland Injury Attorneys. All real, all day.
True Crime Network, Spectrum 466.
All right, you had to know this was coming. The social media platform, now known as X, is auctioning off its old brand. Specialty items for sale include a reconstructed barn and a large bird cage welded with a Twitter logo. Now, there's also two paintings of Ellen DeGeneres' 2014 Oscar selfie and of former President Barack Obama celebrating his re-election. The 584 items open at $25 each, and bidding is set for next month in San Francisco. Good luck.
That big bird on the outside, you better have a big pickup truck for that thing.
Yeah.
That thing's large.
What's the market for that?
We're about
Somebody
to
will
find
buy
out.
it.
Collector
Yeah,
stuff.
out.
Yep, that's for sure.
There's always a market for something out there, right? Hey, let's take a quick look at that 7-day forecast, except for the heat, of course. 87, 97, 98, 97. There's a ton of heat right through the upcoming weekend, but focus on Thursday. That's when we get back to normal as rain chances go low.
It's a long way away. That's our report for tonight. We're always on at WESH.com or the WESH 2 News mobile app.
Thank you for watching. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow night. We'll see you then.